And we are live. I think.
What?
Yeah, we are.
And we are live for the second time.
We're live.
Where was
Hello,
the music?
everybody.
Yeah,
There
where
was music.
No, there wasn't. There was no intro.
Oh, maybe I didn't press go live. Never mind. So I'll do it again. We restart.
There was no. The only reason I do this podcast is to listen to the music.
I was confused. I knew something was missing.
I feel really shortchanged.
Right, well, we'll play it again then.
Now we have to awkwardly sit
Started
here
on that couch, couldn't
dance
catch
like
my
the old
breath.
days.
Rob's got the Stoke voice, Ben's coaching best. Emma joined the crew, brought balance to the mess. From zero to hero, community blessed. And we are live, that's how we start. 3 voices strong, 1 beating heart. Couch to coach, we're building art. Every step we take, we're playing our part. Keep running, that's what we do. Keep running, me and you. Keep running, through and through. Keep running, the whole crew. Keep running, dreams come true. Keep running, I'm talking to you.
And we are live.
If
For the
you're listening
fifth
to it on
time.
Spotify, we're live. If you're watching on YouTube, you're thinking, "What's this shoddy podcast?"
Well, at least it gave me time to finish my dessert. So
I did notice. What were you having?
Were they
It was like
marshmallow wafer things?
no, it's ice cream.
Oh. Did you ever? My nan used to have like wafer, marshmallow, wafer, similar to the ice cream ones, but obviously not ice cream, marshmallow. Yeah, they were quite nice. I don't know if anybody else has ever had them before, if they're a real thing or I was dreaming, but that's what my nan used to always get from the market. My granddad used to go to the Leek Market and go to the store. He used to get, do you know them chocolate mint things, the Viscounts?
Viscount.
Viscount, yeah, that was it. Yeah, Viscount.
Depends where you are.
Yeah, Viscount, Viscounts. I used to love them. I mean, Nan used to have a biscuit barrel, like a glass biscuit barrel. It was like a hexagon, so she could put it on whatever side you wanted to. It was like a glass thing. I can remember, and I can't remember who broke it, but one of my cousins knocked it off the side, and it shattered into millions and millions of pieces. I mean, Nan was gutted because she had it for years and years and years. But anyway, we are running podcast. Although I am watching football, by the way, guys, in the background. We're 1-0 down. Well, 1-0 down on the night, 4-0 down overall in the Champions League against Real Madrid. So that's Man City, by the way. So it doesn't look good, but I have got it in the background. But anyway, how are you?
You're not at work, mate. You are allowed a second screen open. Like,
I know. That me desserts, like we're all friends.
So I've got it here with me. I've got it here with me in front of me, just to see if we can turn it round. I doubt it very much, but never mind. But anyway, are you feeling better, Emma?
Oh yeah, last week I wasn't feeling 100%, was I? I was just absolutely exhausted and I just went to bed. But I'm absolutely fine now. But how are you? Because you've been poorly.
I'm better. So I've been out for a run this afternoon after work, and a couple of people have asked me how I am because I've seen on the Instagram that I wasn't very well. So Jake, who has been on the podcast before, Croc wearing Jake, if you can remember Jake, saw him down Forest Park. So he was asking how I am. And James Mitchell, I don't know if James is there, even all. He is on the YouTube. I saw him as well. Had a couple of chatty laps of Forest Park Lake with him. I'm better. So over the weekend, don't know what happened. So Thursday night, I'm going to be not too graphic. So if you're a bit of a dicky stomach kind of person, don't listen to this. Turn it off for 2 minutes.
No. Forget that. You're someone that has your dinner very, very late. We've quite often finished the podcast at like 10:30, and you're off for your dinner. Yeah. Me and Emma clearly have just had our dinner.
I've had my dinner. I have my dinner. Only occasionally I'll have my dinner after. It's because normally on a Monday I'll go out with running club and then straight onto the podcast, and I don't have opportunity to have any tea. So I'll do the podcast and have tea. But now on a Tuesday I have opportunity.
But please don't talk about your bodily functions. My pizza and my cinnamon bun ice cream hasn't gone down yet.
So anyway, Thursday night, I was all set for a long run on Friday because I couldn't do it on a Sunday because it was Mother's Day, so I wanted to spend the day with Laura and spend the day with the kids and Laura for Mother's Day. And I couldn't do it on a Saturday because I was doing the Couch to 5K graduation with Stoke Fit. So I thought I'll go out on Friday, got annual leave to use. So I'll use it. I'll take my mum to the airport, and my mum and stepdad to the airport because we went to Ireland, came back, was going to go out for a run. But Thursday night, I had what can only be explained as a fountain from the backside. Not good. Really, really bad as well. We've talked about my bowels a few times on the podcast. I have been diagnosed with IBD, and we talk about it quite often because when I go for a long run, I have to find a toilet. I've never had it so bad. So I was on the toilet for most of the night, Thursday night. Friday, took copious amount of Imodium. Not too much. I had enough to not prescribed, but what you can have, maximum you can have. And I thought I'll go out on Friday. Took me mum to the airport and stepdad, so I thought I'll be okay. Went out for a run. Didn't feel fantastic. We're supposed to do 21 miles. Got to about 4.5 and kind of thought I'm not going to be able to do this. So I was at Hanley Park. So I thought to myself, I'll just stop. And I stopped and rang Ben. And I knew I couldn't go on because I had a Protein Rebel, and normally Protein Rebel energizes me and gets me going, so I'm all right. But then I just felt sick after, so I was like, never mind. So I stopped. So then Saturday, I went and did park run graduation. But yeah, it wasn't good over the weekend, but I'm feeling better today. But that's
I'm still traumatized by the description of a fountain from the bottom. I didn't hear anything you said after that.
Well, I could be more graphic if you want me to be. It gives running a different meaning. It absolutely does, Rob.
I feel sorry for anyone trying to eat the tea.
Yeah. But it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
I hope there's no one sat eating the tea.
The Marsh is at home watching us on the big screen eating the dinner. Chili con carne specifically. There's Rob talking about his bottom fountain. Christ. Sorry, guys.
So, yeah. So, my long run went out the window.
What do you think caused it, though?
No idea. No idea at all. The thing is, with my bowels, there's no rhyme or reason. So I don't really know. I didn't really. On the Thursday, I hadn't had anything dodgy. For dinner, I'd had a tuna baguette with crisps and a drink, which was normal for what I normally have for my dinner. And Thursday evening,
was that from a well-known bakery?
No, I'm not going to say where it's from, just in case. The ring me, sue me. And then I had jacket potato for my tea.
The packet of crisps and the bottle of pop. The way you phrased it, it sounds like it was from a well-known bakery.
No, it wasn't from a well-known bakery. No, it wasn't.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, it wasn't from. It was from a supermarket. And then I had a jacket potato for my tea. So nothing that would cause.
Oh, the Marshes actually are eating their tea. Change the subject.
No, you've ruined it.
I did put in a bit of a. I will be speaking about my bodily fluids. Well, it was literally fluids, bodily functions. So that put an end to my long run. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. Absolutely, Jimmy the Dub. It is St. Patrick's Day. Hello to all my family in Ireland. I know a couple of people that listen to the podcast in Ireland, so hello. Pog my home. That means kiss me arse in Irish. Slante means cheers in Irish. And Man City have scored. It is 1-1. Come on, City. So yeah, St. Patrick's Day. Have you celebrated St. Patrick's Day today?
No.
Have you, Ben?
No.
Okay.
I'm in shock. Like there's so many conversations going on in this episode tonight.
There's only one person having them.
We're only 10 minutes in.
Wow.
Shall we talk about your running then, Ben? How's your running going this week?
No. You're missing the crucial part.
What crucial part? I rang and spoke to you. Is that
No,
the
we
crucial
don't.
part?
We don't just wisp through your running and not grade your running.
Well, I haven't even gone through running. You just asked how I was, and I just went on to that. Before that, it was going really well. I was on plan.
So you might as well give us your week. Come on,
Okay, hang on.
give
then.
us your week in its entirety.
So Monday, we talked about last week. You said after the long run on Sunday, if you're going to go out and do 30 minutes slow, not easy, just really, really slow. So I went out and did 30 minutes with Couch to 5K because that was their Monday Couch to 5K, prior to them doing their graduation on the Saturday. So I went out with them. Really enjoyed it. Was at the front with Steve Heppel. So well done to Steve. We'll come on to Saturday's running shortly. Tuesday, I think it was 45 minutes easy. So I went around Forest Park Lake and did a few laps of Forest Park Lake with a little bit extra. So that was 45 minutes easy and kept it truly easy. Heart rate of 141, average heart rate 4.19 miles, 202 foot elevation, and followed by strides. So I did my strides as well on the Tuesday. Didn't do anything Wednesday. It was rest day Wednesday. I think, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't rest day Wednesday. It was 10K-ish in the rain. I think it was 60 steady he gave us on Wednesday. So 60 steady. So I went out and did 10K in the rain. Absolutely torrential rain. Went out and it was okay. A little bit of rain, but not too bad. As I was about 45 minutes in, the heavens opened and I got absolutely soaked to the bone. So that was interesting. And then Friday, what was that?
Friday was what you just spent all the last 10 minutes
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about.
it was. Yeah, Friday was my supposed long run, but ended up doing 4.86 mile. Yeah, and I knew I wasn't in any kind of fit state before I went out, and I just thought, well, I'll just go out and see how I get on. And I had it all in.
So do you think you were affected by change in the day?
No, because I was all up for it. Because other than what we've talked about, I would have been fine. I'm pretty sure I would have been fine. I've done long runs before. I can remember what was it? Was it before London? I did a long run. I had an annual leave day to use, so I used it, and I did something similar. I went and did 20 miles on my annual leave day, and I was fine. I went out and I really enjoyed it. Came back, had a bath and everything, and then carried on with the rest of the day. So I don't know. I don't think it was anything to do with a change of day. I just think it was just happened.
Bit of bad luck.
Bit of bad luck, yeah. I didn't feel poorly with it at all. I felt okay. I just couldn't. I had no energy. So do you know when you normally have that, you normally feel sick a little bit as well, and your stomach's a bit dodgy. It felt dodgy, but it didn't feel too bad. But then I just didn't have any energy. I just couldn't get any energy. And then Saturday I was going to go and do a little bit extra. I woke up at about 7:30 to go and try and, because I spoke to you on the phone and you said, if you can do it, just do 20 miles, but no marathon pace. And I got up at 7:30 just to see if I could do it, because I knew I had the Couch to 5K graduation at Parkrun. I was going to run to Parkrun, do the graduation, and then run back, which would work out about 14 miles. And I would see how I felt and then maybe carry on. Got up 7:30, all good intentions to do that 5 miles to Hanley Park, but my stomach felt off. I couldn't face anything to eat, and obviously if you're going to do a long run, you need to have something to eat because you need to use your carbs and things. So I just couldn't face anything to eat. So I thought I'm just going to sack it off as a bad job. But I wanted to go to the graduation because I wanted to see the faces of of the people that had done the Couch 5K, and I told Steve that I was going to pace him as well. And I went to the graduation. Glad I went to the graduation, I must admit. And I ran with Steve Heppel. He'd done a 5K a couple of weeks beforehand and did it in 34 minutes. And he was saying to me, he wanted to get 33 minutes. I was like, okay, I'll try and pace it to 33 minutes. 29 minutes he did it in. He just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So he did it in 29:10. And everybody else as well from the graduation, massive, massive shout out to all the graduates of Couch 5K, because 9 weeks ago, when you spoke to them, none of them believed that they could even run a K, never mind 5K. So now they're on a 5K, and they've got, most of them have joined Stoke Fit. So they came out with us yesterday on a step up, which I'll come on to in a bit. And they all have absolutely smashed the 5K. So well done to them guys.
Well, congratulations to them. It's very
Yeah.
good.
And then Sunday, I just thought to myself, well, I felt better, but I just couldn't face going for a run because how I felt about Friday. In fact, Saturday, I thought to myself, if I go out and I get to a point of where I run out and then I feel dodgy, I'm glad I didn't, because I did feel rough after. I just thought to myself, it's not worth it. And I spent the day with Laura for Mother's Day. We went to the garden centre. I had a wander around the garden centre.
Which
And
one?
bought Bridgemere. It's a lovely
Oh,
garden
that's a
centre.
nice one. Yeah.
It is. It's lovely. And bought some frogs. Got some frogs for the fish tank. I said to Arthur, we can go to Bridgemere, this fish shop there. Tiny little. They're like I can't remember what they're called. Amazon. No, I don't know. They're Amazon. I don't know what they are. But the frogs, tiny little frogs that you can have in the fish tank. So I've got 2
Can you send us a picture later?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. Yeah, they're tiny. They're about that big. They are absolutely tiny. And
What
they hide.
happens if they jump out?
They don't. They spend more time. Well, they don't need the water. They go underwater. They go up for air and then come back down. They stay underwater. They don't jump out. I've had them before, actually, many years ago in a fish tank. And then Monday, I went out with Stoke Fit, and it was a bit of a step up from Couch 5K. The people that had joined Stoke Fit, they came out and we did a medium short. I did I think it was about 4.5. It was supposed to be a bit of a shadowing, but there was too many people there. There was loads of different leaders there, so I didn't have an opportunity to do a shadowing for the leaders because we decided I'm going to do the leaders course. I just need to shadow a few people. So I went out and did 4.8 miles, and then really enjoyed that. Again, they all smashed it. They all said they couldn't do it. They were going to go out for a shorter run, but they all went out and did 4.8, and they absolutely smashed that. So we've got some runners on his hands coming soon. And then today, I just thought I'd go out and do 40 minutes easy. So I went and did 40 minutes easy, a couple of laps of Forest Park. Like I say, saw Jake Pearty at Crockman.
Keeping hold of that segment, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm still lapper. It doesn't come up every time now. I don't know
You
if
would
I'm
have got
still
an
a
email.
legend. Oh.
You would have got an email. If someone takes
You don't
off,
check
you
his
get an
emails
email.
about Strava.
I don't know if I've got notifications on. Do you have to set notifications on? But anyway, I don't know if I am. I think I am. I think James Mitchell is trying to get it because every time I look, James Mitchell has done laps of the
James,
but I just go back.
Are you trying to steal it? Are you trying to steal it, James? Let us
James, if you want it, you can have it, mate. You can have it. I love just going down there.
It's your segment. You've got to keep it now.
I'm not bothered by it. It's just
He don't care. He's one of them guys that gets in the car, doesn't stop his watch, and steals everyone's King of the Mountains.
But I went down there because I just love being down there, and it was close to Arthur's school, so I ran round there and then ran up to Arthur's school, picked him up from school, and walked home with him. And it's just really easy to get to because it's like it's about a 5-minute run from me. Do a few laps of there and then run home. It's nice because you see all the wildlife and the squirrels. There's loads of squirrels tonight. And then you see people like Jake and James as well. So I had a couple of laps with James, having a chat about up and coming races. Still doing Manchester. He's got Stafford. He just did his first half marathon in a long time. Since Manchester half, he did a secret half on Sunday. Got 2 hours 12, so well done to James. And he's doing Stafford half this weekend as well. Yeah. It's been other than the blip at the weekend, I think it's been a really decent week for me.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, the blip at the end, it prompted one of two impromptu pep talks that I had to give last week.
Yeah. I just wanted to ring you because I knew I wanted to ring more so because I just thought to myself, well, yeah, one.
Emma's had a free coaching call. I'm having one.
I just rang you because I was like, well, who else do I ring? Laura's at work. And I thought to myself, no, you were. I just thought I wanted to see what your thoughts were on me. If I wanted, because I thought to myself, well, I could potentially, if I really wanted to, I could probably run home and get another 4.8 miles in. But I think if I had, I probably would have expelled all my energy for the weekend, and I probably wouldn't have been able to do the graduation. So that's why I got
the sensible thing to do was to call it, because I mean, fair play to you for having a go at it. If the night before you were, I'm not saying what you said, on the toilet a lot, then the chances are you've lost.
I found him coming out of my bottom. I'll say.
Why? You've lost a lot of liquid. So you're potentially going to finish that run or do that run and feel very, very dehydrated. And then you leave yourself open for illness and being a bit too run down. So you did the right thing in calling it. The advice was to try the next day, but not with the marathon pace miles, so that you kind of could bank a long run, but without that kind of intensity. Fair play. You had a little go at it. But, you know, going to parkrun was the most important thing for you in the week, because you've been, you know, supporting the 5K, Couch to 5K runners, and it would be a shame if you weren't there. So, all in all, I think in the bits that you had control of, you've done well. The bits that you didn't have control of, like your bodily functions,
literally,
you did what you could. So, I think it'd be unfair to give you a poor grade because of that. And the momentum shifting with the sexy graph. So I don't want to dishearten you too much, because it is shifting. But I'll give you a C.
Agree with that. And like Jack said on here last week, Rob said he was due a bad week. I did say that. I've had 3 good weeks. Well, probably more than that. All part of training, and better if it happened now instead of on race day. Absolutely. If it happened on race day, can you imagine waking up on that Sunday exactly like I did on a Friday, and you're drained, your energy's at sapped.
I think don't think too much about that. I mean, it hasn't got you out of that workout, because you are going to be doing that this weekend. I'll just break that to you now.
Yeah, well, I need to make sure I can't do it on the Sunday, because I'm not going to be here on Sunday. I'll be in London. I'll be watching Man City against Arsenal at Wembley. So what I'm thinking of is Saturday, I am restarting the combined run club at Trenton Gardens. So we've had a bit of a hiatus over winter, and we're going to restart it on the 21st. So I've put a text out there. So I'm going to run to, the plan is I'm going to run to Trenton, which is about 6 miles, do the park run, and then probably do a bit of mustering as well, and then run back, which is another 6 miles. So that's 15 miles, and then probably, well, depending on what you set me.
It's exactly the same.
So it's exactly
the same workout that you didn't get done, the 10 miles of marathon pace, with the last bit at faster than marathon pace.
I just need to work out how I do that then with the park run. So what I might do is get up earlier, run further in the morning before. So it's 1 mile warm up, 10 mile marathon.
Emma can tell you, she did it perfectly this last weekend.
It's 2 mile
2
warm
miles.
up.
Yeah, 2 miles and 10 miles.
10 miles at marathon pace.
4 miles easy.
Then
3
miles faster than marathon pace, and then 2 miles cool down.
Yeah. So I'll do what I'll do is I'll work it out how I can. I'll probably have that 4 miles for the park run, then to 4 miles easy for the park run, and then
Just take a note out of Emma's book from the other week. Don't stand around for too long chatting at the start of park run. If you're doing a park run, the most I'll give you is 5 minutes between
well, that's
getting
not
there.
going to happen. That ain't going to happen. I'm going to
You
tell
need-
you now.
I
I'm going
You
to
need
tell you now.
prioritise then. You need to prioritise.
I'm going to tell you now. It's a first combined run club for a while, so I'm going to be waiting for people, explaining to people what we're doing, because some people
You need-
pop up in park
You
run.
can't
You need to
do
get
that.
you need to get up early and you need to finish it by 8:30 so you can be your host at park run. That run
telling
needs doing.
It
Right,
won't
I'll tell-
work. You can't
I'm
combine.
going to do it. I'll do it
with
anyway. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll get it. I'll get a you. That's fine. I'll do what Emma did, and just do it later, like Emma did.
Yeah, but these runs, these long runs, are the most important runs.
Wasn't that a long run that you did it on?
Yeah, but I PB'd. Are you going to PB?
No,
No, guys, don't
But you
start fighting. It's all right. It's
it
fine.
was still not done. It was still not a. It was anyway. I'm going to do it anyway, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, you do it. Good luck.
You do you.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So that's me.
That's a bit awkward, isn't it? Emma, how's your running been?
Really good, thanks. Where do you want me to start? On Monday?
At the start, normally, yeah.
Well, it throws me because normally we record this on a Monday, but the week goes Sunday to Sunday. I don't know. What date was it on Monday?
The 9th.
Okay, hang on. Let me just go
What am
back
I
through.
dealing with you?
So Monday the 9th, we didn't have anything set on as plan, but it was
No, it didn't.
30 minutes slow.
Yeah, so I did can I just tell you what I did Sunday night though? I went
No,
to
because that was last
yoga.
week.
I went to yoga. So on Sunday I'd done the long run, hadn't I? And then on Sunday night I went and did. I wasn't here last week, so I'm just updating.
That's not
you
our fault.
now.
You got an F last week.
I didn't because I've actually listened. Like to see how many times Rob threw me under the bus.
Just the
So
once.
yeah, I did yoga.
Just one.
And can I just say, I really, really enjoyed it, and I felt stretches where I didn't know needed stretching. So I'm going to continue with that. Monday night was supposed to be an easy 30, and
slow 30.
Yeah, I went and did 30. It was slow, but it was a bit of an effort because
It was slow, but it was a bit of an effort. How does that work? That's like me saying, okay, yeah.
because
I'll let Ben have a look on Strava.
Just bring it up.
Because I unlocked a new segment that I didn't know was there, and I found it. So I looped the segment, and it's got a hill. So instead of just finding a flat place to run, I unlocked a new segment, and I am the 4th fastest female in the world to have ran that segment. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's all right. I just thought something had happened. It's okay. I thought I had another message off Geordie Cooper, but I haven't. Right, okay, back to it. So on Tuesday, that's
So what, Ben? Monday was that slow? Are we agreeing with the
it was
slowness?
slow.
No, I don't really need evidence. It was easy with a bit of an effort.
Yeah.
And this thing about unlocking a segment, you're not in Mario. You're not like, you don't defeat a boss and a segment unlocks. You know that they're there. It doesn't have to be done straight away.
What should I have not done it?
Like you were telling Rob 5 minutes ago, prioritise your plan.
It was easy. I was slow. It was just harder because there was a hill that I ran up twice.
Why did move on? You've just
So Tuesday, I was having a rest day. That's when I didn't join last week because I was really tired, and I think I did the right thing there by listening to my body and having an early night, because then that set me up for a better rest of the week. On Wednesday, I went to the gym. I did my HIIT class. And then I went for a run, and it was late on, so I can't remember what I did on Wednesday, but I couldn't run until really late on, and I had to go in the dark on my own. So it was like 8 o'clock, and I didn't want to do it because it was dark and I was scared and I was on my own, but I did do it. So I can't remember what. Oh, was that parents' evening? No, that was Thursday. So I don't know what I did, but there was a reason why I couldn't go until late. But I was happy because it was a good run, and that was the 40 minutes in strides. So
good.
Yeah, that's a run that I could have been like, no, it's too late, it's too dark, I can't go out on my own.
10 past 8 going out for a run. That's good going. Well, 12 minutes past 8 if we're, good stuff. Well done.
I'm trying to think what I did Wednesday night, which meant that I was late. Anyway, and then Thursday, that's when I had my breakdown. That's when I had my little cry. Don't know. Yeah. I was just sat at home thinking about being in the pink wave, and a wave came over me, shall we say, and I just started crying.
And then up pops a WhatsApp notification telling me about this and that and this and that, and I was like, oh, I've got to sort this out.
I just started spiraling.
Jumps on the phone and she's in floods of tears. Like, Maranoia, a bit early for that.
So there's no 4-hour pacer in the pink.
No.
What did you put down as your estimated time?
Probably about 4.5 hours, because if we think back, we booked Manchester over a year ago. So I booked Manchester before I'd done York. So I hadn't got a road marathon time at that point. So
I still don't know what group I'm in. I've got me number and stuff, and I think I'm presuming that the number on the color of the number on the bib is the color of the number, the color of the. So that's like a greeny color. So I might be cyan. I was talking to James Mitchell about it today because he's in cyan, which is the one wave behind pink.
I think Emma's concern was that the wave she's in, I think we went through, was the fact that it starts quite late. There's going to be too many people and the roads are going to be packed because they're going to be slower than Emma. There's going to be no 4-hour
because the wave
pacer.
in front of mine, the black wave, has got runners in that have got a slower time than what I'm going for. So that's fine. They've obviously done it for a reason, but I was thinking I'm going to catch them up and then I'm going to be weaving in and out of them.
No, I think in your brain, I think it's easy to catastrophize and go, there's going to be slower people. And you imagine this road and it is rammed full of people. It's not going to be like that. I think you're looking further up the road and you are, cautiously making a path through that. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as you're thinking it's going to be.
The one thing is it's the time. That's like I was speaking to James Mitchell about it, because it's at 10 past 11 o'clock or 10 past 11.
Yeah.
It's getting on to dinner time as well. So you've had your breakfast.
There's so much you can do about it. And I think this is the thing. It's like there's still 5 weeks. So what you could do is, if it is a massive worry, which I don't think it should be, you can go and do your next training run at that time, make a bit of an adjustment and go and do one at that time.
I'll come on to Saturday, but taking Ben's advice on and speaking to other people, I, on Saturday, incorporated some of the stuff to try and reenact race day as much as possible. But I'll come on to that because there was other bits in between. So yeah, after I'd had my breakdown, Ben sorted me out. I went for a walk, felt better, and then I did club run Thursday night, which should have been 60 minutes steady. So I did 54 minutes at marathon pace. Yeah, so yeah, don't know what to say. I was just running and then it felt okay. So
I mean, steady marathon pace, nothing wrong with it. I think you're
Thank
fine.
yeah, that's okay. And the only reason I only did 54 minutes and not 60 is because it was a club run. So I was doing just the club route, and I tried to round it up by incorporating some mustering and going back. However, there wasn't many people on club that night because that's the torrential rain night, and the long route that we did, we skipped some of the musters. We just carried on because we all just stuck together and got through it. So it was
Jimmy the
quicker than
Dub's
normal.
got something. He says, get an orange highlighter and colour in the pink bit orange at the bottom of the race bib. It works. Or colour it maroon with a winking smiley face. I think there was a couple of people actually with my wave when I did it last year or 2 years ago that they pushed forward quite a few, and they never actually checked because there's that many people going through. So if you were that concerned, it might be worth trying. I know he says you can't push, but you can't push forward. People can drop back, but there's only so many people checking bibs, and people wear things over the top of the bibs anyway half the time, like the things that they chuck away.
There's time to think about that. Friday I went to track, so there was a session on a track that I could have done, but I chose to stick to the plan. So I did, even though I was there on a track. I could have done a track session, but I ignored that. Stuck
How
to the plan.
tempted were you?
Very, very. But I just did steady 40 plus strides, especially when everybody else is whizzing past you. And then they're going into the recovery because it was a standing rest. And I'm just plodding around. So, yeah, it was steady 40 and strides. I think it should have been easy, but I did it steady.
Tomato for you these days, isn't it? You just do what you want.
I think that's because I was on a track.
No point in me setting any paces. I'll just give you time. Tell you what, tomorrow, do 70.
Okay.
At
It was
5K
hard.
pace.
It was hard to go slow on a track. You know, it's hard to go slow on a track. I was trying to hold it back. Saturday morning, I went to the running room. So this is the day of the long run. And I spoke to the guy that organises the running room and said, look, I've got a 21-mile run. I don't think I should come. And he said, no, you can still come because the exercise and the movements that we're doing will be good to get you loosened up, ready for it. So we did. I'll tell you what we did. I find it so educational. It's really good. So we did.
And I'd agree why you're saying that, because any delayed onset muscle soreness isn't going to come immediately after anyway. 9 times out of 10, when you do some strength exercises like that, your mobility improves.
Yeah.
And actually, you run better because you've opened up joints, tendons, ligaments that kind of needed a bit of a loosener. It's 2 days later that you'll struggle really, but fair play.
The things that we were doing, it was, like I say, for me, it's like so educational. So learning about how it all ties together. So we were doing hip rolls, Thomas stretches, ankle rotations, abductor straddles, sprinter drill work, pogo jumps. Can't read the writing on that one. Depth jumps, Copenhagen hip dips, reverse lunges, Roman deadlifts. So yeah, the educational piece of it for me is just massive because I'm learning about how it all links together and it's also helping to identify weaknesses. So when we were doing like the hip rolls, going from one side to another, I could get further down on one than I could on the other, which helped me identify that I need to work on that. So it's good. So this is the interesting part. This is the long run on Saturday. This was the highlight, shall we say. So I went out a little bit later than what I would normally. Normally I'd do my long run first thing in the morning, crack of dawn, get out when the roads are quiet and there's hardly anybody about, daylight's just coming, but we didn't start until after 9. So we're trying to go out later, taking into consideration that on marathon day we're going to be starting later. So I wanted to have had my breakfast and eat and then just try and reenact it as much as we can. And because we were out later, there's a lot more traffic on the roads are harder to cross, there's people on the paths, so you've got that element of navigation around like the road crossings that when you're out the crack of dawn there's no one there. So it was incorporating some of that just to make me feel a little bit more comfortable and confident. Now, I think it went really well. I think, Ben, you think I went too fast. I got a 30k PB. I think I misread the bit about the 5k at the end. I thought it said 5k full send, but it just said 5k fast the marathon pace. So I went a bit too fast there. And I'll be honest, when I hit about 31k, I knew I'd got a 30k PB, and I was like, right, I'll just stop now. But I didn't. I carried on and I finished it. And then when I finished it, I nearly fell over. Just my legs went funny and I rolled like down a curve, but I was okay.
Did you injure yourself?
No.
Good. I think you've had a good week, very good week. I think the run on Saturday, I was having a conversation with your pacer about this actually, Mr. Stallion.
Yeah.
I know he's watching.
Can I just say as well, another thing that we incorporated into that run is I don't want to wear a running vest on marathon day. So
Agreed.
Jack carried the water for me. So all I had was my flip belt with my phone and gels in, and every 5 miles he was passing me my water to make sure I took on the right amount, and then I'd pass him the bottle back and we'd carry on. So we put the water in every 5 miles because the aid stations on the day are every 5 miles, and that gave me a big confidence boost that I could go that long.
We can't knock the amount of planning. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from you, to be fair. The amount of planning that's going into the long runs, which is great. I think the pacing on Saturday, it was too quick. Not I think you went too quick. It was too quick. But we're not going to take anything away from you on it because of how strong you were on the run. And you've proven without a shadow of a doubt that you are capable, more than capable, of a sub 4 hour marathon with that run, because the 10 miles at marathon pace was all quicker, slightly quicker than what was needed for sub 4. And we're talking, when we say sub 4 and the pace that we're training at, it's like we're talking 3:59:30 ish. So you're well ahead of the curve. And then the idea behind the workout was to put the fatigue into your legs of 10 miles at marathon pace. And then the idea is that the last 5 miles, the last 5K at faster than marathon pace was to basically replicate like a strong finish. It wasn't 5K pace that we needed or a full send, but the fact that you went down that road, again, further highlights the fact that you have got that in you. So it was a very, very, very good long run, and it should be a massive confidence boost. And this is why, Rob, I want you to go and do the same run as close as you can this weekend, because I think it is that massive confidence boost. Because if we can put 10 miles out at marathon pace and then finish with a 5K that is kind of like at faster than marathon pace, you know that you can replicate a strong finish. And that's kind of what you want to be able to do on the day, is to finish any race. You want to finish it strong if you can.
Yeah.
We don't want to get to the last 5K of a marathon and like we're literally dragging ourselves over the line, because that means it's going to be kind of like a bit hit and miss. But if you can replicate that on race day, you are going to be a sub 4 marathoner. No two ways about it.
I think the next thing that I want to try, which I'll do this weekend, is try and do it on my own, because it's like I've kind of got the fear that on race day there might be a point that I'm on my own, and if I'm on my own, I don't want my head to fall off.
I think you've got to stop thinking too much about race day. I admire the planning into it, but like one thing is, on a marathon, is you're never going to be on your own, because you're not on a trail race. You've always got people around you, and it's the crowds and it's the people and the spectators and the music and all that will drag you through. So actually, when it comes to training runs, training's all about getting this into your body and absorbing it all. I'd rather you run them with somebody, because I want the workouts done. We don't really want to take a gamble with a workout. So if we set you that workout and you didn't go out with Jack and you got to 10 miles and the wheels fell off because you were on your own in it, then you've lost a good opportunity to train. Yeah. So like if you go out this weekend on your own to kind of, can I do this on my own? And you don't get the workout done, you've got more to lose by doing that, because it really knocks your confidence, or you don't get the miles in. See what I'm saying? Because on race day, you're not going to be on your own. You won't be.
Okay.
So I would just stick to what you're doing. And the biggest change you can make is probably around the timing of when you do them. So if you've got a training run and you can do it kind of at what your predicted start time is for the marathon, great.
Yeah.
The practicing of the fueling, the practicing of the water, that's all spot on. One thing we can start doing now at this stage is, because we've got like fueling, right, we start running in the kit that we're going to be running on race day. Race day of a marathon is not the time for you to experiment with new trainers, new running vests, new running socks, new leggings or shorts. So we want to start now introducing the kit and getting that in your mind as to what you're going to be wearing on race day, and start wearing it. Start replicating everything, all the controllables on race day, start replicating them now. But one of the things you can't control is like the weather. You can't control who you're running with, but you won't be on your own. So we need to wear the right kit, and whatever the weather is on your training day, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Just keep that going.
Another thing that I was really proud of about that run, I didn't have to stop and have a wee at all. And that's like a big fear for me, about needing to stop for a wee. And like mentally, if I get that thought in my head, I need a wee, I have to stop and have a wee. And to have ran all that distance and not go and have a wee. Like...
I'm the same. I always think to us, I have like 3 or 4 nervous wees before I go out in every run. I think one of the things you can do is make sure that you're hydrating in the week before, because what a lot of people do is, the mistake is they chug loads of water the day before or on the morning of, and you're going to need to wee. Try and get it in like the days before, and just do the old wee test and make sure you're hydrated, because then you don't need to guzzle loads of water down.
I had about 6 nervous wees before I went for that run, just to share.
Can I just talk about my pacing, Ben? I genuinely, and I know we've said this before, and I know people saying you need confidence in yourself, and I know you think I can do a sub 4 hour marathon. I've been thinking about a lot, really, and I genuinely don't think I can. I genuinely don't think I can sustain 9:09. I've only recently, well, let's say recently, I've only done sub 2 hour half marathons a couple of times. I would feel more comfortable going for a 4:15 than a 4 hour, and I don't want to get to race day with oh, you can do 4 hours, you can do 4 hours, you can do 4 hours. Stop. I was speaking to a couple of people about it and getting to a point of where I get to Manchester and I'm going 4 hour pace, 4 hour pace, 4 hour pace, and then the wheels completely fall off and I don't even finish. I would much rather go out with 4:15 in mind, with pace of 9:43 rather than 9:09, or a little bit less than that maybe, and then get to a point of where I get 10k or less towards the end and think to myself, I could do this and I can push on a little bit further, rather than get to half marathon and blow up and then not finish. What are your thoughts, Ben?
You can do sub 4.
I don't think you need to make a decision yet either. We've got
You don't.
time.
But you got plenty of time. If we was having this conversation next week after not being able to do the next 2 long runs, then great. I'd agree with you. But I think you've got nothing to lose by doing the next 2 long runs at the target pace. Because I'm never going to say to you, run 26 miles at target marathon pace in marathon training. So we the fact is, with the beauty of it is, we'll never know. Until the day, we will not know. But if we're doing blocks of 10 miles, blocks of 15 miles, I know that you can sustain those, hopefully, in your training runs. So have a go at them. But if on the day, and we'll have more of an idea come closer to the day based on the workouts that we get done between now and then, we say, well, actually, do you know what? You missed the week when you had the shits and it didn't quite go to plan the week after. Let's go for B goal 4:15. You're still going to walk away from it happy, but that 4:15 is going to feel a hell of a lot easier if we've trained for 4. So you got nothing to lose by training for 4. And as Emma said, we don't have to make a decision now, but I think you should train for 4 because you don't want to get to the race day going, oh, if I'd have done those last 2 long runs, maybe I would have got 4 hours. So go for that, and then we'll make an assessment based on what comes out in the next 4 weeks.
Right.
Because if you do the run that you're going to do this week, if you do the run that you're going to do last week, this week, the run that Emma's going to do this week, you'll be doing next week, and that's a good predictor of where we're going to be.
So what's that then? What's this week's? What's Emma's this week and what's mine next week then?
Emma, you got an A. Congratulations. Maybe even a plus. I'll let the listeners decide. Put it in the comments. If Emma gets a plus.
Hang on, I've not finished. You've not talked about Sunday.
All right, go on. Sunday
Was Mother's Day. And I took all on his first 5k.
You did. I like that.
Yeah, I liked it. He didn't.
How much
So
did
I
you have to
asked-
force him?
I just said for Mother's Day, will you come for a run with me? And he said, how long? I said, I've got half an hour on my plan.
But I'm going to do 55 and I'm going to go 5k pace.
No, I said, I know a 5k route. You should be able to do 5k in 30 minutes. And it took us 35. Yeah, it was nice because we chatted. He couldn't run it all. We had to stop and walk a bit, but it was fine because it was easy on the plan, so it kept it easy even if we did walk a few little bits. But I really enjoyed it. It was really nice to have him with me, and I think it gave him a little bit of appreciation for the hard things that I'm doing, because I don't think he realised just how hard it is.
Good idea, that, yeah.
So yeah, and we got 4k in. He's like, I gave him some of my trainers because he hadn't got proper running shoes. He's like, these trainers are rubbish. I was like, well, let's swap trainers. So 4k in, we were sat on a farmer's gate swapping trainers, and then
Oh, what a moment, eh?
I
Fair
know,
play to the
yeah,
lad.
yeah. So yeah, there you go. I did that as well. That's
I'll
it.
give you the A plus then for that. Don't need the listeners to vote. A plus.
Thanks.
It's good. I'll sit you getting on, Rob.
Still 1-1. So what's the on the plan for this weekend then?
So this weekend, Rob's going to do the one from last weekend. Emma, this isn't something I think many people would think to do.
I'm scared.
And I'm going to do it because I feel like it would give you a massive, massive confidence boost.
I don't know, because I think I'm going to be on my own. I
No.
don't think I've got a training partner.
Well, let's see. So, unconventional. This weekend, you can run, and I'm planning this based upon your mindset, right? You can run 24 miles or 3 hours and 45 minutes, whatever comes sooner.
At what pace, though?
4 hour pace.
The whole thing.
I didn't say that. No quicker than 4 hour pace. Yeah.
I'm just thinking to myself, I've got to do this a week after. I think I
So
might
the
get
idea
shits
being
again.
is you're going to be 2 miles out or 15 minutes out from a potential 4 hour marathon pace.
So can I just get this right? So I can run either 24 miles or run for 3 hours 45 minutes, whichever one comes sooner.
But you can't run quicker than 4 hour marathon pace. So this isn't you going out and running for 3 hours 45 and doing 27.5 miles or something like that.
That'd be impressive.
I want you to go out with everything you've learned in the last 10 weeks or whatever it is. Maybe do a mile warm up, build into it, right? So it's not like, bang, I'm out the door and I'm 9:09. Go out a bit conservative and get into a nice stride, but you can run no quicker than marathon pace, 4 hour marathon pace. And you either do 24 miles and stop or 3 hours 45. So if you get to 3 hours 45 and you've only done 22 miles, you stop. Got it?
What happens if I accidentally run a little bit faster for a couple of miles without realising?
That's fine, because you are not going to run a marathon. You can't run a marathon.
What's 24 miles in K?
I don't know. That's for you to work out.
Okay.
24 miles in K is...
I don't work in K.
No, I don't have.
I
I
don't
charge
know.
more. I charge more if I work in K. More
Well,
brain
Clipboard
power.
converts it.
Well, six miles is 10K, so that's 40K. It's 40K. 24 miles is 40K.
No, it's not.
I'll put it on Clipboard.
40. So six miles is 10K. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So around about 40K. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I think so.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on Clipboard for you so it's in your watch. And I'm going to give you a range of minute per mile or minute per kilometre.
38.6.
38.6.
So
you weren't
1.4K
too
on.
far out.
1.4K out.
So you'll have something to work with on your watch. But the idea is I'm taking a bit of a gamble because you're in a real confident spot. But I feel this is kind of like the cherry on top of the cake. And this workout goes well. You're in a position where we know that 4 hours is definite coming at Manchester.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm going to end up having another cry.
No, you won't. You'll be fine. Because
No, I don't think I've got anyone that can run with me. So I think that'll panic me.
control the controllables. Process over outcome. Control the controllables. Enjoy
I'm
that
gonna
one.
have to plan it.
I'll put it in Clipboard and you can get planning.
So how's your running been going, Ben?
Well, I'll breeze over it all. I got a new coach, a new running coach.
Oh, have you?
I have.
So the guy that's at your athletics club, we were talking about it
Yes.
last week.
Yeah, so I started coaching the kids Mondays and
Yeah.
Wednesdays, and
Yeah.
I was worried I was going to lose my sessions, so I picked up a new running coach.
Yeah.
And I did a session with him on Wednesday.
How's the
on
coaching going with the kids?
track.
Is it
It's
like?
going well.
Is it like? What did they call it?
No,
Was Monopoly? Because it's like you're going from working with kids to working with kids again.
No, because they don't listen either.
No, as in you go from working in mini athletics. What age are you coaching? Is it
So it's
older than
quite
mini
nice.
athletics?
Mini athletics is 1 to 8 year old, and
Yeah.
then the juniors that I coach on the track on a Monday and a Wednesday are 11 to 15. So it's kind of
so
like
Yeah, so
it's a nice age range.
Yeah.
And it's all track specific. So at the moment it's track, and then it'll be in the summer with the assistant coaches I've got, we do a bit of the jumping, the running and the throwing. So they'll be doing like basically gearing up towards something called the Youth Development League, which is under 13s athletics on the track, but in like team format rather than individual, take the pressure off the kids. So I'm doing that, which I'm really enjoying because it's like a chance to kind of reignite that passion I've got for coaching, which is good. But it has meant that my routine's been disrupted. So in terms of like the whole week, I did 49 miles last week, which is kind of where I want to be at. Highlights of the week, I did the track session on Wednesday with the coach, and we did 1 mile steady, which was basically what he's kind of with his training methods trying to get across is that you're not necessarily just spanking every rep, but it's about really strict recoveries. So the workout, it was track based, 1 mile steady, and then it was shorter intervals. But what I really noticed was the intensity every single rep just gradually went up all the way to the point of like.
So at this point, is he running with you at this point then?
He ran it with me.
Yeah.
So we ran the session together.
Have you ever had that before? Like having a coach actually coaching you whilst you're running?
No. I mean, I've had
weird?
online coaching.
Yeah.
It's not weird. I mean, it takes the thought process out of the actual training, because I think obviously like when I'm coaching you guys, it's in your watch and you're kind of going based on the beeping.
Well, that's it. That's what I was asking, because I've ran with you a couple of times, but not really like a coach session. I think the only time we've ever done when we first met up for the park run, that first time we ran together. But I can imagine it's different running with somebody that actually is coaching you at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not normally like that. So basically, Nick, the guy that's doing the coaching for me, he coaches some junior athletes on a Monday and on a Wednesday. Every other Monday, he takes that group out on a road run.
Yeah.
And then on a Wednesday, he does his session. So I'm basically going in and doing his sessions with him. But if you look at the session on my Strava, on the March the 11th, it was 1 mile tempo. Then it was 2 800 meters, 3 600 meters, and 4 400 meters. But the rests were like quite short. And if you look at the pacing graph, you can literally see every rep gradually got quicker. So like it was just, he was pacing, so I just didn't have to think about it. But it was literally like.
So did you just literally follow his lead then? So he was saying.
Yeah, he was right next to me in the same lane, and it was like, it was incredible because the intensity just gradually got harder and harder and harder right up to the end of that workout, and it was comfortably hard. But the focus is kind of around like 5K pacing. So that was one session. Really enjoyed it.
So just another question. Have you ever done that as a coach? Have you ever been and done a session with one of your coachees?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Right when I first started and did my coaching qualification, I was coaching at Worley Woods, the local running club. And then when I first started picking up online clients, I do sessions locally with them. But then everything, obviously COVID, when we first started talking, everything went online.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
But this is what I'm trying to now do on a Wednesday night with the juniors, because the juniors that we're doing, they are quite rapid. Like they are good runners. So tomorrow, for instance, I'm setting them a workout of doing 300 meters, 200 meters, and 100 meters, and I'll occasionally jump in and pace the rep for them. And it's kind of classic coaching. It's
I was going to say, because
coaching.
if you talk to me about coaching back in the before, like say pre-COVID, I would imagine that's how it was. I know there was a lot of online coaching, but if you look at things like football, the coaching is actually there with the footballers, playing with the footballers, like coaching them. This is what you need to do. This is where you need to stand. This is how you need to do it. And I suppose there's some elements of that been a lot of everything, not just coaching, has gone online nowadays because of COVID.
The sad thing about it is it's kind of like it's a symptom of England athletics and running as a sport. There's not enough money in it. Now, all of the athletics clubs rely heavily on volunteers. So I'm volunteering on a Monday and a Wednesday. The coach that's coaching me is a volunteer down the club. So I'm not paying for the coaching. And it's a symptom of the fact that there isn't enough money in it, because when I started coaching you, I wanted to be a coach. So I set up a coaching business. I had picked up a few clients like locally that I could coach, which is why I wanted to get into coaching. And then it all goes online and you end up with athletes all over the country, and they then obviously are paying you for that, but you
which
don't
is a
have
good,
the ability to meet up.
There's a good element to that, because it can be that it's more accessible for people. Because
Absolutely.
there are people, don't get me wrong, there are coaches that live in Stoke-on-Trent. I know there's quite a few, and I know a couple personally. And I don't, at that time when you offered me a coach, I probably wouldn't have had a coach if you wouldn't have approached me. But I probably would at some point if I'd have carried on running. And I think it is that element of it's more accessible for people because they can go online and like things like Runner, the app Runner. I know it's AI, but you've got your coaches in the background as well. So it's more accessible now. And that's where the money seems to be, with things like apps and things like that kind of thing, rather than with like say with the UK athletics. Because like doing the leaders in running and fitness, I was speaking to Pete Gibbs about it yesterday. Pre-COVID, it was mostly face-to-face. So you would do your learners and your coaching face-to-face. Whereas now, when I do my leaders in a couple of months' time, I'm going to have to do it all online or go to Wales or go to Scotland. There's nothing in England.
Yeah,
so I did online now.
I did my coaching qualification in Cambridge. You do some online and then you have to do some classroom-based stuff, and you have to do like a case study of videos and send them off, because obviously the technique with the coaching.
That's what I like to do, I think.
I think it's a shame, because I wanted to be a running coach to do the hands-on face-to-face stuff, and having got back involved with Halzone Athletics Club, it's given me the opportunity for a turn of events to get involved with it. And I think that's kind of for me what coaching really is. There are coaching companies like, PGC One, who I was coached with Josh Schofield, and there's a few listeners that are with him or followers of the show on socials. And he does an amazing thing where he's built this community and he gets like 60, 70 athletes down on a track. But he doesn't run with the athletes. I don't think a coach has to run with the athletes.
No, I don't think they can, because if they've got that many if they've got that many people that they coach, they're not going to have to. It's like with Lee Wilkinson. I was speaking to James Mitchell about it today. He's got so many clients, it would be physically impossible unless he gets everybody together and they all do the same session. Physically impossible to actually get everybody together. So there are things that are advantages of online coaching, but there are also disadvantages, I think.
I mean, the big thing for a coach, in my opinion, is the relationship you build.
Yeah, the approachableness. Yeah,
it's about trust. Like the conversations we have, I'll say to Emma, like, then you need to do this workout. She has to trust me to be able to do that workout. You asked me the question about should I do a 4 hour 4:15. You have to trust me to have any chance of doing that on Manchester Marathon Day. And it's kind of that hands-on stuff. The problem with the runner apps and stuff like that is you can bail out at any time and you don't get that feedback. The next level up from that is an online coach where you might get one phone call a month. The next level up from that is kind of a more expensive premium service where you might get 24/7 contact.
The
And
next
then you've
step
got
up from
in
that,
person is me,
the next step up is a podcast.
a podcast where
I
everybody
went-
watches and gets free advice
Yeah.
and runs like Jack Stewart does without paying for a running plan.
and that's when before we started the podcast, it was that approach, because you lived in Birmingham, obviously still live in Birmingham, and I live in Stoke-on-Trent. We would meet, have a conversation once a month, and that's where you would critique my running. I was on Training Peaks, so you could still have that accessibility. You knew what I was doing as a runner. I knew that you were watching me because you were feeding back to me. But ultimately, it's up to the person who's being coached to do the workouts, because ultimately people are getting paid. Coaches are getting paid. I know we don't pay you, but coaches are getting paid to give people plans.
You're reminding.
And if we don't do it, if the person who's being coached doesn't do it, that's no skin off the coach's nose, I suppose.
No, and I think this is the thing. Like, I know I'm somebody that responds really well to accountability. I've used runner apps, and I go, oh, I'll just start again, or I've tried to coach myself, write my own plans. Oh, that ain't worked, to tweak it. But what I've had in the last 2 weeks with Nick is Wednesday I went to the track. I worked hard because I was running with him and I didn't want to let myself down and show myself up in some kind of way to not do the session. The next workout I'd done with him was yesterday. I met him at the club and he was going out with the younger group on like a road run. They do like an easy loop. I went with them for a mile. We ran to this hill and he told me the workout at the bottom of the hill. And he said, I'll be back for you in 25 minutes. Came back from 25 minutes and we ran back to the club. The workout was basically doing hill repeats. But I knew that he was coming back in 25 minutes and I knew I had to do the work because he was going to be there checking. Tomorrow, I know that he's meeting me at the track and he's setting the workout and I'm going to run it and I'm going to do the same as what I did last week. So it's that kind of level of accountability. Now, the coach hasn't got to run with you, but they've just got to be there. They've got to be present to it. And if they can't be there, they've got to be having the conversations with you, like Emma picked up the phone and you picked up the phone to speak to me. You've got to have that relationship, that trust, or it just isn't going to work.
No, I agree.
I
just find it really fascinating. Yeah, I just find it really fascinating how things, not just coaching, but things have changed since COVID. Some for good, some for bad, some for indifferent.
It's a great shame because I think there's a lot of really good coaches out there that are probably not able to do the thing they love because they haven't got access to the places to do that. For instance, if I didn't have Halezone Athletics Club, I wouldn't be coaching people because I haven't got that pathway into it. And then there are unfortunately people that love to do coaching and they are trying to make a business out of it, but they're being undercut by these big companies that are doing like Runner. Nothing bad about it. I'm not going to say anything bad about them, but they're undercutting like your coach that wants to make a connection with people because it kind of, it's a bigger superpower almost. And I think this is it. Like some of the best coaches you get are volunteers down your local running club. And that's why it's so important to get involved with a running club or an athletics club and kind of tap into the resources that are there.
It's like with the Couch to 5K. That's like with the Couch to 5K. And I know that Biddulph have just done the new starters. I know that other running clubs do all sorts of different things. The likes of Andrew Knowles, Ange Morton, Ian Tamburello, myself have all volunteered to support people through a Couch to 5K. And you do it because you like to see people achieve things. And I've just had a message.
Well, hang on a minute. Forget those. I know those people have done a great deal, but look at you two. You both done run leaders courses and run. Well, no, Emma's done hers, and you're in a position where you're leading or going in and doing Couch to 5K. You're just a person that goes, I love running, I love my community, and it's having the ability for people in your club to tap into you as a resource. And I think
just had a message off Steve Heppel. So Steve is watching. So Steve, thank you for watching the podcast, mate. Thank you for the mention. Thank you for more though again for everything you've done for me and the rest of us for Couch to 5Ks. And these are the messages that make it all worthwhile, I think. couldn't have done it without you, and it really means the world. Certainly never thought I'd run 5 miles. The world's my lobster now, though. Cheers, mate. Back to enjoying the podcast. I had my tea ages
Aw.
ago, and then 3 pooing emojis. But
But
it's genuine, and I think it is. I think it is, and I think it's like people like say the leaders of every running club. They do it not for the money because then they get paid. They do it for the love of running and getting people active and fit, because it goes on and say we talk about it all the time, how much running has a positive impact on people's mental health. And we are 1 hour 15, 1 hour 16 in. I just want to mention, just talking about Stoke Fit, that the Endon Well Dressing 5K is back this year. It was last on 2024. We didn't do it in 2025. But this year, on the 24th of May, if anybody is interested, I don't think there's any signing up page just yet, but it is going to be on the 24th of May. Let me know. I'm helping out with getting it out there, putting it on social media and talking about it on the podcast. But it is going to be happening on the 24th of May. Endon Well Dressing. Ben, you did it 2 years ago. It's a hard course.
Came third.
You came third overall. Christian Prince won. So Christian Prince, if you're listening.
Did I do third or second?
Either first or second. I think he might come second, actually. Christian Prince, if you're listening. Yeah, if you're listening, anybody wants to do it. It don't get many people, so it's a good opportunity. You might win it if you come and do it. It's on the same day as Endon Well Dressing on the Sunday, so the Endon Well Dressing is over the weekend. Yeah, I think so. I think that's
it's a cracking little route, to be fair. 2 laps, right?
Yeah, 2 laps.
It's uphill for the first half, but then downhill for the second half. It is really good. It is tough. The first like mile is quite tough, but it is a very good course. It's good fun.
So it will be on this year. So get your diaries out. 24th of May. Hopefully Ben will be there. Hopefully Emma, you'll come along.
Just
as well.
looked. I'm available.
Yeah.
I know I'm available because I've got some family commitment on the 23rd, so that'll be a nice run on the 24th.
There you go. So we can, and it's a nice because it's not just that; it's other things there as well. So they've got other stalls and other rides.
Add it to my race list.
They have a duck race as well, which is always good.
And
so you can race and then you can do the duck race. But on that note, we are 1 hour.
5K or 5
Yeah,
miles?
Endon Well Dressing 5K. So on that note, we will see you all next week.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
See you later.